since our last session, we assigned all of you homework. And the homework was, as a family to do one day on Saturday to have a family section. So I want to know how that go.
Doing great.
Really?
I had a great time with him. Yeah.
How about us taking it one at a time? We start with Denise. How did it go?
It was great. We had a great time. I remember in the past when we were a loving family.
We were?
We were a loving family.
Mm.
What do you mean by that?
Okay.
He always beats you up. What do you mean?
Paula.
What do I mean by
No,
that?
he
Paula.
doesn't.
Okay, guys, we're going to do
Paula,
one at a time.
Each of you will get a chance to express how you're feeling. Your mother is expressing how she felt about the event. Your time is clear, and thank you.
I feel that he's the man of my life.
Okay.
And it was awesome having him back.
How so? How does it make he feels awesome having him back?
I feel like a woman again.
Ooh. So
You're
it
here.
makes you feel like a woman.
Yes.
You care to explain that? Elaborate on that, son.
What do you want me to say? I feel like a woman. He's the man of my life. That's it. I live for him.
Interesting.
And no one understands that. I don't know why. Why?
I don't know. They don't understand our relationship, our dynamics. And it's my wife. I love her. I love my daughters. I just wish they would be more accepting.
Okay, Paul, so she expressed how the weekend was that you spent together. What is your view on the entire weekend that you spent together as a family?
I mean, it was good to be back in the swing of things with my family, with my wife especially. It was good being with my daughters, but I still feel a little tension there, and I think it's more so she's influencing her. And
Don't worry, baby. We're gonna fix
How
it.
did that make you feel that you feel that way?
a little sad, disappointed that my daughters don't really want me in the house. I mean, they don't want me back with the mother. I just want to be there for them.
Paul, you have something to say? How was the weekend with your family?
I don't care.
Okay.
I didn't do anything.
Do you want to explain further why?
I'd like to live with my grandma, so I don't care to be around this
What do you
place.
say? Why? Why would you say that? We love you. We love each other.
It doesn't have anything to do with love.
You don't want to see your parents together?
I don't care. I want to live where grandma lives. It's nicer over there.
So why do you prefer to live with your grandparents?
Pool. It's a big yard, a big house. It's like I have the life.
But you don't have your father.
We don't need him.
I have grandpa.
So how do you feel living with your grandparents
Why would you
compared
say
to
that?
living with your parents?
I'm happier.
Just tell them you don't need him. Because all he does is beat up on her and she acts
Okay.
like he's
You
the
go-
best
You
thing
need to
since
shut
ever.
up. You need to shut up.
No, you can talk to like that to your daughters. Just take
She
it.
can't talk.
Why? I
Give
can
her,
talk
give
to
her,
her.
give her a chance to.
Babe,
She's gonna get her chance to say her bit. So we just have Pauline continue what she was saying. How you make you feel happy being with your grandparents.
Yeah.
You care to elaborate some more on that?
What does elaborate mean?
Continue to tell us why you want to stay there as opposed to go back home with your mom and your dad.
Because they have a big house and a nice pool, and it's like I'm rich. I hate living over here.
Life's not all about material things.
she's so much in it.
Not
Not
really.
about beating
so
either.
what you saying that
Shut
you
up.
feel, for what I'm saying, that you say you feel comfortable living with your grandparents compared to your parents.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, when we at grandma, we don't have to listen to him beating her.
Okay, Paula,
Mm-mm,
it's
you
your
know.
turn now. So go
It
ahead.
is?
Yes.
I thought it was always my turn.
No, it's not.
So you want to?
It's our
Our?
turn. Always. Yes.
When do you have a say in anything? You do whatever
When he tells
wants
me
you
to.
do.
And he's saying right now that we are the one in charge.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Yes, you have to listen.
Have
That's your
to?
biggest, yes. You
Have
do. You're a
to?
child. You need
I
to
know
listen.
I'm her daughter and your daughter, but I don't have to do nothing y'all say. Grandma is the thing, and that's where we're gonna stay.
Can you
She's
fix
so
this?
problematic.
Are you
Yeah,
gonna fix
fix.
this?
I don't know. I don't even think you're my daughter. Would you
Okay,
say that?
okay, Miss Paula. We understand that there's some tension here in the family, and it's all about the communication. It's a thought process. Am I to understand that because of the way you treat your mother, you think he doesn't love her?
He doesn't. He just thinks he's, she's his little toy that he feels like he plays with her, he toys with her, he smashes her, he does all kinds of stuff.
And
And
his
then
wife.
she's so stupid. She just acts like, yes, she's dumb. I wish
Okay,
she
give her a
wasn't my
chance,
mother.
So how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel that it's gonna be okay when I grow up to have my husband beat me too, and it's not okay.
He's your husband. You have to obey him.
No, I don't.
Yes,
So,
you do.
basically-
What am I raising here? What is this?
So
Can you
basically,
help me?
so basically, like you
Right.
feel like your husband has to be in control all the time, and then
Of course he does. He's my husband.
so
He's
that's
the man
how
of
you
the
feel.
house.
Think that
That's
That's
it
how I
is.
was raised, and that's how it is.
I know what's best.
I would.
Yes.
No, you don't.
Okay,
Yes, he does.
we are in this session and we're trying to have some thoughts replacement. What could be done differently for you to think that there's love among your parents as opposed to your views as it is right now?
How about throw his ass out of the house? That would fix everything.
You can't say
And then
that
me
word.
and yes, I can.
No, you can't.
He ain't setting no better for us. He beating up on her all the time, and she's sucking up to him.
it's
She ain't setting no example for us.
He is
doesn't.
my husband, and he's your
So-
father. You have to
so
respect
it seems
him.
like there's a lot of tension going on. I see that you angry with your
Very.
father for abusing your mother, and then you angry
He
with
didn't
your
abuse
mother.
me. He's just my husband.
So you agree. So basically, you basically frustrated that your mom going back with your father.
Yes.
So how does that make
don't
you
care.
feel?
Feel like I need to stay at grandma and not come back to where they are.
So why do you think that you should stay with your
Because
grandparents?
at grandma, I don't have to deal with all the drama, all the screaming, all the 911 calls, and all of that. And as soon as she gets, a little bit patched up here and there, she act like nothing happened.
So I have a question for you.
Nothing has happened.
Do you think your behavior influenced your sister?
I hope it does, because she needs to know that it's not okay the way he treats her.
No, she doesn't have to know anything from you.
I lost my temper a couple of times. Okay.
Couple of times.
A couple of times. That's not a reason to still hold this against me. I'm trying to be here. I'm trying to be your father, and you won't let me do that.
Excuse me, but I think you need to learn to count. Couple of times.
So do you feel that your grandparents have some influence in your behavior toward your dad and your mom?
No, my grandma don't interfere. She says they're a married couple and they need to work out their stuff. But she's concerned, of the example that he's setting for us. So she's kind of like trying to help us, to
She
deal
doesn't
with all
care about
this.
anyone in the family. She
Grandma
doesn't
She
care.
cares about us.
Grandma,
No,
Okay,
Okay.
okay, we understand that grandma is your
My mom.
your parents.
She's never liked me.
How does they view the relationship with the family?
They don't accept this relationship
Why don't they accept the relationship?
because we're an interracial couple, and they're very like, oh no, you have to marry another guy. So they don't care.
So how does that reaction make you feel?
They've been against me from day one, and now they fill my kids' heads with this stuff, man. And look how they're acting towards me.
I'm
I've
sorry.
never
I'm
abused any
sorry.
of them.
I didn't mean for them to react like this while you were away. I'm sorry.
Grandma said
It's my fault.
She's not gonna give us any more
Why do you
money.
feel like it's your fault?
Because that's our mother.
Yeah, it's my mother. Exactly. Say it.
Okay, she just mentioned that grandma won't give them no more money, all because of the fact that she's not accepting of the relationship. So how does that help you to cope as the main breadwinner, since your wife is a stay-at-home mom?
I'm not gonna have a house out in Weston and a pool and all that they have, but I'm gonna be present in the house, and we're gonna be okay. We may not have all that fancy material stuff, but we're gonna be okay. And she needs to understand that it's not about that.
We were living great in a little apartment, one bedroom apartment in our town. We had the bedroom. They shared the living room. They were okay with it, but now that they have their own fancy house with a pool and everything, they feel like they
Right.
own the world.
Mommy, you
What
liked
about-
it too. You liked it when
Your
we
mom's
lived
No,
with
I
Grandma.
didn't.
Mom's
No,
not
no, don't listen to her, babe. I didn't like it at all. I always wanted you to be with me
You
in
want to
a
be with your
little
mom?
apartment.
You want to stay with your mom?
No, I don't. No, why would you say that? No, no, no.
Deborah, let me ask you a question. It seems like you basically agreeing with your husband a lot. You basically you want your husband to say what you want him to say.
He knows what I want. He's the one who knows. I don't know. I don't know. Why am I supposed to know what I want?
I know what's best for us.
Yeah, he's the one who knows, and nobody understands that.
Do you ever have a say to something that, you know, if you worry about something, do you ever like express your feeling, or you just go by what your husband
No,
says?
she can't say nothing. It's all
I
about what
can't.
he's. No, you
I can, but
don't.
after he says what he has to say, I can talk, and I always agree with him.
That's the
What's the
point.
problem?
Okay.
But what is the problem with that? I don't get
Okay,
it.
okay, folks. It is the understanding that we are here in this session because Paula is not happy with the family dynamics. It is my understanding that your hidden assumptions is that the love is not flowing in the family as it used to.
There's no love in the family, period.
So what came about that brought about this change?
So hard.
He whoops her ass like a little slave, and it's not acceptable. Grandma says it's not, and if Grandma says it's not, then it's not.
Your grandma
She's
needs to
a
stay in her
bitch.
place.
What is Grandma's place?
She is a bitch, right? Isn't she a bitch? She is.
That's
Why do you feel that your mom? Why are you calling your mom names? How do that make you feel?
Because
that-
she doesn't love him, and she doesn't support a relationship. And look at this. Look at this two little monster that she has created. In the future,
You
they
created
will
So
these
you-
monsters. You are a mom.
Okay.
No.
So you feel like your parents have a big influence in your children's decision?
Apparently, because he wasn't here, so he couldn't show them the path. I don't know.
So how was the relationship with your children when before your husband went to jail? How was the family
It was
function?
great. Remember, we would go on picnic, down in the parking lot because we couldn't go to the restaurant, but we had a great time in the parking lot playing together. They enjoyed their father's company. If something went wrong, he will get it on me. He will never hurt the kids. I mean, I don't know why you say that I'm his slave. I am just covering for you.
Okay. The
Yes.
question was asked, how did you enjoy the family before you went? Now that he's back, what has changed dramatically to bring you all here?
Because I want them to accept their father again in the house and to move back to Overtown. They're giving me a hard time because I want to stay with the grandma. Tell me about it. We're the family. We have to stay together, the four of us, whether they like it or not.
Not
But
with
the
like that. Not with stay with Grandma.
shut up. The thing
No.
is that I don't want to have it like in the hard way because then if he gets mad, he can beat the kids. What's gonna happen then? He's gonna go back to
We're
jail.
gonna
I
call
don't
the
want
cops
that.
and he's gonna go
No,
back to jail.
no,
Yes.
Why do you want me to go back to jail?
Because you're not supposed to be beating up on us.
Why aren't you? You're supposed to be listening to what we tell you.
Yeah.
You're not gonna live with your grandparents. You're gonna live with us.
No, we're not.
That's
No, we're not. Grandma says it's okay to live with her.
You're a minor. You have to do what we say.
No, we don't.
Yes.
No, we
Okay,
don't.
guys. I seem that you. I seem like you're very frustrated. You know, you have a lot of anger. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you're expressing yourself a lot to
Mhm.
your parents. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so. Do you feel like the way your parents talk to you influence the way you think and you're feeling, the way they communicate with you?
Yes.
Do you want to go further, explain to me why you feel that way?
Because before he went to jail, before he started beating up on her, it wasn't like that. But then he started acting stupid. You know, kind of trying to follow his friends, feel like, oh, my friends do this and they're fine, and I can do it too, but it's not okay.
He was in the war for like 2 years. What do you expect when he
So?
came back? He wants to go out.
So how was your relationship with your daughters when your husband was deported?
It was great. Yeah, we enjoyed a lot of time together.
So how was the communication?
But we still miss him a lot, babe. But
So how
I'm
was
not saying that we had a good time without you. No, I'm saying that.
See what I mean?
enjoyed
She's
time.
So
again.
okay. So it's about you now. How did the communication? How did you? I know you had to make the decision for your daughters. You know,
It
you
was
couldn't
hard.
talk to your husband or not. So How was the family function? What the father being
It
present?
was really hard. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah,
It was
because he
hard.
thinks for you. How can you know what to do?
Okay, so when he came back and tried to, did he just rush back into the situation, take full control, or he eased his way in to allow them to realize that he's now back and based upon what he has been through, things might be
He
different?
didn't rush anything. I was the one who opened my arms for him.
Okay,
Welcome back.
the tension I'm feeling, I feel like you have the, I feel like you have the right to be mad with your father for abusing your mother, and you have the right to be mad with your mother for going back with your father. So therefore, I do prefer you continue living with your grandparents because they provide a better life for you. And
Yes, they sure do.
What? What do you mean no?
How can you say that? No. I think it's in the best interest that the family stays together, work the situation out, they build the communication structure up, have a heart-to-heart, a one-on-one talk with the daughter, find out what is it you can do different to build the relationship. She enjoyed you before you went away, and outside the fact when you start abusing your mother, like she said, what is
Using
it
abusement.
you can change to allow her to
How she
view
wake
you
up?
in a different light? What would you like to say to her for her to have a different mindset on your relationship to your wife or mother?
That people make mistakes. I made a couple mistakes.
Couple.
I love your mother, and I'm trying to be your father, and her husband, and her father. You have to allow me that opportunity. You can't sit here and still be angry about. A couple of times I lost my temper and got upset.
Really?
I'm hungry.
have you say a couple times you losing your anger? Do you go to the VA for treatment for any type of session that could help you?
He just want
Or
to go.
take?
He says nothing is wrong.
Can you
We're gonna
No.
help him. We're gonna help him.
Things would be easier with the support of my family, but I have been trying to get a little help. And
How
See
often?
what's going on.
I'm sorry. How often have you been going?
maybe once a month. I don't feel. I mean, I feel like I control this. I lost my temper a couple of times, and I don't feel I need to go to therapy for that.
So do you think that you're suffering from
I'm not suffering from it. They say I have PTSD.
fucking?
And you're not in agreement with the diagnosis.
No,
So is that the result why you're not wanting to follow up consistently with the treatment?
right. I'm not a weak person. I don't need to do that. I can control my temper.
Yes, you can. Pauline, I seem like you're very quiet. Do you have anything to say or feel things?
She never has anything
Yeah.
to say.
Okay, since you understand you're a quiet member in the family, what would you like to see different between your sister and your dad?
Do you want to put the phone away and then we could talk?
I just want to go to grandma's house. Don't care what they do.
You prefer your grandparents over your parents?
Yes.
I don't prefer them. I just like grandma's house better. She has cable and a lot of food and the pool. It's prettier over there. I don't hear the gunshots and stuff because I'm scared.
So am I to understand that it's a neighborhood, the environment that you live in overtown has an effect on you why you really don't want to actually stay there?
I
So it's
don't
not
care
so
what-
much being with the family.
I don't care what they do.
So have you given thought to how your children feel about where you actually reside at the present
I
moment?
mean, I care, but right now this is what we can afford.
Understanding that this is what you can afford, are you looking into relocating to a more suitable environment, in a manner of speaking?
We've discussed it, and we're trying to make moves.
Yeah, we're
So-
gonna do it. We're
so-
gonna do it.
Overall, do you ever think about your children's feelings and thought? No.
Yes. Yes, I have seen that they are, what they are is scared of
No, we're not.
going back. So I think we're gonna work on that. Well, you're gonna help us to, I don't know, to get attached to each other again.
Okay, as therapists, you're here because you need our help, and it's our duty to help you get the family back in harmony. You realize that the tension between your daughter and yourself pretty much is all because of your anger situation. We encourage you that you continue to go get the treatment and all of that, then your daughter probably will take you in a different light. How will you feel about him doing all of that and then building the family structure back to where it was?
Yeah, I don't know. I see what happens when it does, but I think it's a waste of time.
Okay, guys.
But you can try. We're gonna try.
Yeah. So it seems like we're running out of time. So next time we want to see how the communication going and how y'all thought switch to basically to better understand each other, like for you to be close as a family instead of being distant.
So we wanted to keep track of your feelings over the several days that you won't be here, how you interact with each other. Then when we come back, we're going to ask you, how were your feelings towards his action throughout the time period that you're home? Okay?
We're gonna do that. Yeah.
Okay, we entrust you with that, and we know it's time for us to leave. You're going to go get something to eat. I know Daddy's going to take you all out to lunch.
No, it's not.
And I hope you all enjoy. Have a great lunch. All right? It was
Thank
nice
you.
that you could come in.
Bye-bye.
And we're looking forward to see you at the next session. And we just hope things will get better on the home front. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay.